The true story of Antony and Cleopatra, two powerful rulers who lived in the 1st century BC. Antony was a Roman general and politician who was part of the triumvirate that ruled Rome after the assassination of Julius Caesar. Cleopatra was the queen of Egypt, who inherited the throne from her father, Ptolemy Thucydides. They met in 41 BC when Antony summoned Cleopatra to Tarsus, a city in modern Turkey, to ask for her support in his war against the Parthians, a rival empire in Persia. Cleopatra arrived in Tarsus with a magnificent display of wealth and beauty. She sailed up the river Cydnus on a decorated barge with purple sails, dressed as the goddess Aphrodite. She charmed Antony with her wit, intelligence, and charisma. Antony was captivated by her and followed her to Alexandria, the capital of Egypt. There, they formed a romantic and political alliance and enjoyed a lavish lifestyle of feasts, games, and parties. However, their relationship was not without problems. Antony had to deal with his rival Octavian, who was Caesar's adopted son and heir. Octavian accused Antony of neglecting his duties as a Roman leader and betraying his wife Octavia, who was Octavian's sister. He also claimed that Antony wanted to make Cleopatra the queen of Rome and give away Roman territories to her children. He declared war on Antony and Cleopatra in 32 BC. The war was fought mainly at sea, near the coast of Greece. Antony had a larger fleet than Octavian, but he made some strategic mistakes that cost him the battle. The most decisive moment was when Cleopatra's ships fled from the scene, and Antony followed her, leaving his men behind. This caused his army to lose morale and surrender to Octavian. Antony and Cleopatra escaped to Egypt, but they soon realized that they had no hope of winning the war. Octavian pursued them and besieged them in Alexandria. Antony tried to negotiate with Octavian, but he was betrayed by some of his allies. He received false news that Cleopatra had killed herself, and he stabbed himself in despair. He was brought to Cleopatra's tomb, where he died in her arms. Cleopatra then tried to kill herself by poisoning herself with an asp, a venomous snake. However, Octavian's soldiers prevented her from doing so. Octavian wanted to capture her alive and parade her in Rome as his trophy. Cleopatra refused to be humiliated by her enemy, and she managed to smuggle an asp into her chamber. She applied it to her breast and died from its bite. Antony and Cleopatra were buried together in Egypt according to their wishes. Their story has been immortalized by many writers and artists over the centuries, such as Shakespeare in his play Antony and Cleopatra, and Hollywood in the movie Cleopatra, 1963, starring Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton. Their story is a tragedy of love and duty, passion and power, fate and free will. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos.